Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Coffee here, and today we're working on a whip and chat. WIP stands for work in progress, so get out whatever that is for you. Work along with me as I tell you some stories from the coffee house shenanigans. Now, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend and start to your week. It's been a pretty decent week here so far. I am getting a little bit worried because it's getting warm here. And, like, I already know, one, Punxsutawney Phil. If you don't know who Punxsutawney Phil is the groundhog that they use for Groundhog's Day in Pennsylvania. And Punxsutawney Phil, of course, whatever he did, he was predicting 6 more weeks of winter, which it's North Dakota. So I don't think they have anything super special here because they're just like, yeah, we don't care. Just expect more winter. Like, if you're ever in doubt of what your weather is going to be like in North Dakota, just expect winter because 9 times out of 10 you're going to be correct. So it's been pretty warm here, and I was getting afraid because the last time it got warm like this is when we got that big blizzard last April, and I was like, do we have, like, my first thought always, do we have enough food for a blizzard? Now, we should always keep enough food for a blizzard in the house because, again, it's North Dakota, and you never know when the blizzard's going to strike. I mean, they try to predict it, but, you know, weathermen lie. Weathermen have liabilities, so we don't trust the weatherman too much. So I had to go grocery shopping this morning, and as I was out grocery shopping, I snapped one of my nails trying to get something off of a shelf because they were stocking, because why not wait until, like, you know, super early in the morning to stock versus stocking overnight when there's nobody there because the store closes. That only makes sense. So they were stocking this morning, and I had to grab for something, and I snapped one of my nails off, and I was like, oh, god dang it. Now, my other nail set is, I did get it, but I didn't feel like putting it on this morning. That's why you guys are getting bald nails today. So I apologize for the ugly nail situation. Not that y'all care. Anyways, so yeah. So this weekend was pretty decent. Like I said, we didn't do a whole lot of anything. We never usually do a whole lot of anything. Most of it was just cleaning up the house. Because the kids are getting older now, and it's time for them to have chores. Like, I keep saying this, and somehow, some way, they keep getting out of doing the chores. And I think it's just because I'm so used to, like, I got a reality check this weekend. I'm so used to me cleaning the house and things being a certain way that now that the kids are starting to help out more around the house, like cleaning and just making sure the overall house stays in a decent order. It's not the way that I do it, and I'm expecting everyone to do things the way that I do it. And I'm quickly coming to realize that is very much not the case. And I think what ended up happening is when we moved and I started giving the kids chores, I stopped giving them chores when I realized that they weren't doing things the way I wanted them to do it. Even though I would show them how I wanted it done, and they'll still get it done. It's just not done the way I want it done. And I'm a Virgo, so I'm super duper, like, control freak, super duper perfectionist. And if it's not done my way, like, I'll throw a whole fit. I don't even care. Just like throw a whole fit. And, like, I'll show them how to do it one way, and they'll find a different way to do it. And I'm like, okay, well, it did get done, but not the way I told you to. And you got to pick your battles when it comes to kids, because I didn't want them to be like, you know, super duper, like, they're kids. They're going to be messy. And it's not that I don't expect them to be messy. I just expect them to clean up after themselves. And they actually do a better job at this point than Mr. Coffee, because does anybody else have a spouse? And this has been Mr. Coffee's thing lately, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's just so tired that when he walks past the laundry basket, he's too tired for his clothes to actually reach the laundry basket. And I'll come into the room and look on the floor, and literally touching the bottom of the laundry basket is this man's, like, his work shirt or his work pants. And I'm like, sir, I'm gonna need you to pick this up. What is wrong with you, sir? Why is this happening? And again, I don't know if it's because he's too tired or what. All I know is, when I go into my bedroom, I don't want to see clothes on the floor touching or next to the laundry basket. So I'm just like, and I feel like I'm nitpicking, like, every little thing lately. And Mr. Coffee was letting me know, you are being super nitpicky. Like, lately you've been super duper nitpicky about everything and like how the kids clean up stuff. And I get like this sometimes, but it's only because I see the house cleanliness, like it's going down, it's declining. And I'm like, why is everybody getting lazy with cleaning up stuff? Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I clean during the week, so on the weekends we do like a deep clean. But I'm not doing it by myself, so I have them help me. And so I assume that they're going to do everything like I do, and they don't. And then I'm like, yeah, I'll just do it. I'll just do it. And then I fuss that nobody helps me. So yeah, so this weekend, Mr. Coffee got a little salty with me. We made up and stuff, but we were fussing because of me being super nitpicky. And I know I can be super nitpicky, but when I want, oh, by the way, before I get into all the stories and stuff, we're back on the Crown Prince of Crime. I sent chocolate out to be completed. I think I completed enough of it to be able to do a review of it. So I sent it out to be completed. So we're going to work on this one today and maybe a new one on Friday. So we'll see how that goes. Either way. But I know I can be super nitpicky at times, but I just want the house to stay clean. And I got one of the best compliments yesterday from my Walmart delivery lady, because I'm sitting here and I order Walmart delivery because there's a few things that I wanted to get that I wasn't able to get yesterday morning because I had to stream over on Twitch. So I stream over on Twitch on Monday mornings, which probably isn't the most opportune time, but it was really the only other time I could think of to stream that wasn't like a Tuesday, because it would be hard to record this video and then go stream over on Twitch. So it's Monday mornings, Wednesday evenings, Thursday morning, Friday evening, Saturday afternoon. And I am a dum-dum and forgot that, well, I didn't forget, okay? I didn't forget, but we're doing a 12-hour live stream over on Twitch. And it was supposed to be this Saturday, but I forgot, or again, I didn't forget. I was looking at the calendar wrong. Like, how many other people are out there and you have a calendar in your house, but you don't switch it over right away when the month changes? So you spend like half the month looking at the wrong month and the wrong day and time, and you're just like, this doesn't feel like a Thursday, and it's actually Tuesday, so that's why it doesn't feel like a Thursday. That's me. That's me. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the calendar and I'm like, oh, we should be able to do this, this Saturday. And I look at the calendar and I'm like, oh yeah, it's not Orion's birthday or anything. And so then Mr. Coffee flips the calendar. He goes, you forgot to flip the calendar, right? And I was like, hello, wait a minute, what? I go look at the calendar and sure enough, this weekend is Orion's birthday. Also, it's the Super Bowl. So I was like, oof, I don't want to do a 12-hour live stream the weekend of the Super Bowl, because I do have a lot of folks that have friends coming into town or whatnot for the Super Bowl and everything else. I don't know if people still make the Super Bowl a big deal or not. It's not a big deal in my house. We'll probably watch it, though, because Orion seems to be getting more interested in sports. He wants to do soccer so bad, and I want him to do soccer. The problem is how much it costs to do soccer. We want to get him in at the rec center where we go swimming at during the summer. And so I'm going to look into that for him, because he has to have like cleats and stuff like that, and shin guards and boy part guards and all kinds of mouth guard things. And I'm just like, I'm not sure if I'm ready for this, because like that's something else that takes me out of the house, and I'd have to keep Maggie at bay to make sure she doesn't run off into the road or something. And I'm just like, I'm not sure this is a good idea. I think I'm partly scared that he's going to get hurt. And of course, who wants their kids to get hurt? So I think I've been making excuses for it, but he's no longer accepting the excuses, because he's like, Mom, I'm going to be 12. I would like to play sports. And I'm like, but your asthma. Think of the asthma. The funny thing is, he has an appointment with his doctor about his asthma. And he has had an appointment. The problem is the doctor keeps rescheduling the appointment because the doctor is out of the office. And I'm like, dude, you've rescheduled this appointment 3 times. We're not rescheduling it again. If you can't see him this week, we're not coming. And all it is them checking to make sure that, he's okay and everything else. And I'm like, he's fine. You're going to make me pay like a $20 or $30 copay to see if he's fine? Like, they're not doing any allergy test or anything. They're literally just going to look at him and go, yeah, you look like you're pretty full of asthma there, buddy. You look like you just can't breathe. And I'm just like, ah! So, there's that. Update on Orion and how Orion's doing with all the racial stuff that happened. Orion is doing fine. I do apologize for not giving you guys good enough updates. I just kind of keep saying he's fine. He's doing fine. The school seems to be handling it pretty well right now. Like I said, there's a security guard that's on watch that has been keeping an eye on the kids to make sure that they're staying separated and to make sure that the other kids are on their best behavior because, of course, from the looks of it, because, of course, they wouldn't tell us what happened to the kids, like what they did as punishment. But from the looks of it, the kids got suspended for a day. And Orion, because Orion would come home and he'd be like, those kids weren't at school today. And I'm like, oh, okay. Awkward pauses just mean I'm vaping. Either way, so he would say, you know, the kids aren't at school that day or, you know, whatever. And I'm like, all right, well, as long as they're not messing with you, I don't give a crap if they are at school. But they've been keeping an eye on the kids to make sure that they're separated and stuff. And, yeah, so he's doing good. Maggie update. Maggie has been lowered down to 1 milliliter of her liquid medication. Now, remember, Maggie's on 2 different medications for her seizures. And we're slowly weaning her off the liquid because the liquid is what gave us problems last time. So she's down to 1 milliliter. She's doing just fine. She hasn't had a single issue, no flare-ups or anything. And this is around the time that you would start to see them because she's not getting as much medicine. And so far, so good. Knock on wood. Hopefully she continues to stay doing well. Because then once we get her down to nothing, she has to be off the meds completely, well, like off the liquid meds, completely for 2 months before they give us the orders to take her off the pills. And then they're going to slowly, of course, wean her off the pills as well. And that should only take like 3 weeks, I want to say, because she only takes 3 pills a day. She takes 1 in the morning and 2 at night. And the pills, we usually have to crack them open because they're capsules. So we have to crack them open like an egg and pour the capsules into like a medicine cup for her to essentially take the medicine that way because she can't, obviously, at 5 years old, you're not swallowing pills. So, yeah. But so far, so good. She's doing really good with it. She has informed me that her favorite subjects in school now are reading and math. And like I said, I knew she would love reading as soon as she was able to actually do it. But Maggie has been getting into this thing of being a lazy student, meaning she's not bringing home her schoolwork like she's supposed to and everything else. And I told her teacher, you know, if you want me to help her at home, you got to help me on your side. You have to make sure she's bringing home the work. Where I know it's her responsibility, I'm like, you know, she forgets a lot. And her brain has been affected by her epilepsy. And where I don't want to use it as an excuse, it is an excuse because that brain damage may not be repairable. So if she can't remember to bring home the stuff, the last thing you should be doing at the end of the day is checking folders or making sure that they're bringing home these items so that we can practice. Because she had a spelling bee on Friday. Or no, she had a spelling bee on Friday. And she came home all sad because she got out in the first round. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she said because she hadn't been practicing her spelling words. And I'm like, well, why aren't you practicing your spelling words? I'm like, hold up, wait, are you supposed to bring those home? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, why haven't you been bringing them home? Because I check her backpack when she gets home. And she's like, I didn't feel like it. You didn't feel like it? No, ma'am. So her teacher and I are going to have a conference here soon about what we can do to keep Maggie more organized at school to get her on this road to being a successful student and everything else. Because with the epilepsy gone, she seems to have a little bit more mental energy to do things. And if you don't know what I mean by mental energy, meaning she of course has her normal amount of physical energy where she never sits still. But having the mental capacity to sit down longer than a goldfish can think of something is the big key here. We want her to have a better attention span because her attention span right now is garbage. So working on her having a better attention span, working at her following directions. And a lot of this isn't even because of the seizures or her memory being messed up. A lot of this is literally, as she said, just pure Maggie being lazy. She doesn't want to do it when she doesn't want to do it. And there's certain things that I'll allow Maggie to not do because she doesn't want to do it. Schoolwork is not one of them. That's just unfortunate for her. It's not one of those things. So making sure that she is going to become a better student so that when she hits middle school, which it's already hard for me because I have one child going into senior year of high school. I have one child going into 7th grade, and then I'll have another child going into 5th grade. And it's hard because she's going to have to navigate a hallway by herself. She's going to have to navigate remembering her locker combination by herself. She's going to have to navigate what quad she's in to go to her different class every day. And that's, I don't know if I just still have her in like that mind of being a baby. But like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only parent that's ever gone through this, where your child is getting ready to age up into a different surrounding and you get the parental like anxiety over, can they do this? Especially when they're like, I don't want to say she's special needs, but in a way she is special needs. So I'm just like, is she going to be able to do this? Like, I feel like she won't be able to do this, but I also can't just shield her from it so that she doesn't have to experience it. She needs to be able to experience it to know what it's like. And she does pretty well at the elementary school now, so I'm hoping that next year she'll be doing fine as well. But baby steps first. We got to get her, because I can see it now. She's probably going to have to go to summer school. But we got to get her into this not being lazy thing. And I partially blame myself for that, because when she sees me at home, I'm trying to take every second that I can to rest, to actually rest. One of the long-term effects of having the panini is extreme fatigue, and where I don't feel like I battle it all the time. There are some days where I'm super busy, and by the time I pick them up from school, I'm exhausted. So immediately I sit down after I get them settled, and I take like a 45-minute nap, and then I wake up and cook dinner, and I'm just go, go, go all the time. So I feel like part of that laziness that she's getting is because she sees me and thinks that I don't do anything, and is like, well, I want to be like mommy. She did tell me the other day she wants to be a stay-at-home mom, and she wants 10 babies, and I'm like, no, not right now. I don't want to be a grandma right now. Like, it's hard enough having a child that doesn't live here and worrying about if you're going to become a grandparent any day. Though I don't think I have too much to worry about with that, because Minna doesn't like any of the boys around where she lives. She says they're all idiots, so that's a plus. But when it comes to Maggie, Maggie falls in love every other week. Okay, every other week there's a new boy that she likes, and he's pretty, and you know, mommy, I want to play with this boy, and I'm like, no. Not that I don't let her play with boys, but she's trying to like get married and play with boys, and I finally got her to stop saying that she's gonna marry her father, and I'm like, baby, look, listen, that's not something that can happen. She's like, well, why not? You got to marry daddy. I'm not daddy's child. Are you sure? I'm pretty positive that I am in no relation to your father minus marriage. Just gonna put that out there. And then Ryan from the passenger side is like, yeah, this ain't Alabama. You know, you say something a lot in your house when your children start to pick up on it. And he just without skipping a beat, this ain't Alabama. All right, bet. No offense to you folks that live in Alabama. So yeah. So Orion's doing well. Maggie's doing better. She's doing a lot better at school than she was doing. And I think part of that was just her pretending like she couldn't do the stuff because, you know, again, the laziness. With the epilepsy, it gave her an excuse, and now she doesn't have an excuse. So now she's actually having to do all these things. And she, of course, thinks it's like a light switch. Like, oh, well, I don't have epilepsy anymore, so I guess I have to start doing my work. And part of me is like, yeah, don't correct her, because she's at least doing her work. Problem is trying to get her to bring stuff home. And since her teacher left, the new teacher doesn't seem to check things as often as the old teacher did. So I'm just kind of like stuck here like, what exactly do I do here? Because I don't want her to be a lazy student and not get the information that she needs. but I also don't want her spending her entire time at home before dinner just doing homework or schoolwork. Heads up, if you hear snoring, it's just Killian. He's like right there. Let's talk about the dogs real quick. So Daisy's eye, it doesn't look like it's getting any better, to be honest, but the doctor said that that's to be expected because it was inflamed longer than the one eye was, so it's not 100% cleared up, and it might take a little bit. So it's like, all right. But Killian, on the other hand, he's still on his zinc pills, but his face is starting to break out again. And we haven't had problems with this in like 5 or 6 months, and now his face is breaking out again. And I'm like, oh my God, here's another $1,000 down the drain to go get him seen and have tests done and blood drawn and let's biopsy this. And it's just like, oh my God, why can't we figure out what's wrong with this dog and why his face keeps breaking out? And it seems to happen around the time it snows. And I'm almost like, I was telling Mr. Coffee, I'm like, how weird would it be if we found out that he's allergic to cold? Being a Siberian Husky and being allergic to cold. It seems about right. For Killian, yeah, it seems about right. But other than that, the family has been doing good. I did have a little tiny victory this morning. And you got to celebrate tiny victories in life. I think we need to normalize celebrating your tiny victories in life. So I lost my pair of sunglasses. Now, I had a pair of really pretty blue, I think they were teal and blue, or teal and black. I had a pair of teal and black sunglasses, and I lost them. I have no clue where they got off to. I'm pretty sure, I'm about 100% sure, I would call Maury Povich on this one. I'm about 100% positive, Maury, that the Ferrets took my glasses. The problem is, we can't find them. I know they're in the house, which is great, but I can't find them. So I'm like, well, where would they put them? Like, we've checked their stashy holes and everything and cannot find them. Now, like I said, there's also the slim chance that they were knocked down into a box that got thrown out. Just because I haven't seen them since then, because that was around like Christmas time. So that's a very real possibility as well. But it's okay because I have a new pair coming here soon. We had eye exams, as you guys already know. We had eye exams last Thursday. And so we're just waiting now for them to come in so that we can go get everybody their glasses. And we got great news that Orion's eyes haven't gotten any worse. Maggie's eyes haven't gotten any worse. My eyes haven't gotten any worse. Mr. Coffee's eyes need just a little tad bit of an adjustment, but nothing too major. And we're currently right now looking around for a good dentist because apparently the dentist that we had has left. Big shocker there. The doctors and stuff around here don't typically last very long. So to hear that a dentist left is not like shocking information to me. Like I was shocked that we were able to even see them last year. So I was like, I'm not shocked by this information. Like this isn't like, oh my God, I can't believe they left. No, they do this often. Like I'm waiting for Maggie and Orion's doctor to leave because this will be their second doctor that they've had that has left, not the practice, they just left the area. Just because it's super expensive to live out here, and I can't imagine, like, what they pay for houses and stuff, so, sorry, there's something in my eye. So, yeah, so they don't typically stay around here, or they're chasing money or whatever they're doing, they don't stay here very long. So, yeah. Also, I kind of had a little bit of a problem last week. Last week was a rough week for me. Mentally, I wasn't in the right headspace to be recording videos. Because every time I tried to, something would go wrong. And, yeah. So, I went to go record my video for Oraloa. No, that one was already recorded. I went to go upload it and record it, and I deleted it by accident. And I was like, oh no. And so I didn't have to record it again, thank goodness, because my videos and stuff are, whenever I make videos or whatever, they're automatically, like, uploaded to the cloud. And I pay, I think, like, $10 a month to get 1 terabyte of space on the cloud. so that I can store a bunch of stuff, and then I'll go in every few years and delete a bunch of stuff. And so I had to go onto the cloud to find the video. I found it, re-downloaded it to my phone, and then was able to edit it. Well, then I went to go make a ponytail beanie, because that's one of the patterns that I told you guys that I wanted to make with the Centro machine. I actually want to see if I can make a pocketed scarf and a ponytail beanie. The problem is, when I went to go make these items, right? I went to go make them, and then I got a phone call from Orion's school saying that there was a problem and that, you know, whatever, so I had to go up to the school. So I didn't get to make it that day. So the very next day, I decided I'm going to make the video. I'm just going to hold it until next week. That way, I already have one of my videos done. Well, when I went to go do that, apparently, I must have been, like, not paying attention or something, because I ended up snapping 2 of the needles off of my Centro machine. Now, I don't believe Centro replaces the needles like an Addy machine does. Like, Addy machines, you can buy new needles. You can't buy new needles for Centros. So I was like, God damn it, I'm going to end up having to buy 2 new machines because I broke this one. Well, luckily enough for me, I've been saving money up for, you know, a rainy day, or if I need to do something, I have money saved up for it. And I was able to purchase an Addy machine. Now, I cannot tell you how excited I am to get this freaking machine. At some point, I'll get the little one, but right now, I got the big one. And I want to start making more, because it's winter time, and I have done 0 crocheting videos. I've been so focused on, like, oh, well, if I don't do diamond painting, they won't watch the videos. That I'm like, there are some crocheters here on the channel, so I'm like, I was supposed to do these videos years ago, and I didn't. I also want to find I think I found a nice free pattern off of Pinterest for a slouchy beanie, because I don't write patterns myself. I test them, I don't write them. So, yeah, I need to, just want to make sure everything's laying down nice. I just need to, I tried contacting the person that made the pattern, like doing it nicely and being like, hey, I would like to know if it's okay for me to make a video of one of your patterns. But I have yet to hear back from the lady that I messaged like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, I don't want to be like, well, I'm just half tempted to just use the pattern. But at this point, I'm just half tempted to use the pattern, because every pattern that I find that's free, trying to get a hold of the seller is like pulling teeth. And I'm like, oh, gosh, like, I'll give you all the credit. Just let me use the pattern. I might just have to do like a simplified version of a pattern, and you guys can insert whatever, like, you can insert whatever stitch you want to insert. My brain today, I swear. Okay, what am I looking for? So I already used this one. I already used that one. I already used this one. And I used this one. So I need T. And, all right, I'm going to pause you while I look for these colors. All right, I found them. I almost forgot that I had this kit. I meant to send this one out to get completed for me, but I couldn't figure out a way to put the drills into a container so that they wouldn't get destroyed, or find a box that was big enough to put that whole Elizabeth Ward container in. So I decided to keep it and just work on it randomly like I am now, and then send out the other ones. So, yeah. I can't tell you how, like, helpful it is that there are people out there that are willing to help complete kits. And seeing as how 1 minute I can be super happy with the kit and work on it hella quick, and then the next day I'm like, I'm bored with it. I see where Maggie gets her short attention span from. And I don't know if you know this, but there are people out there that are willing to help people complete diamond paintings. Like, I feel like somebody should make a group. And the group is just nothing but people that are willing to help folks finish diamond paintings. And as payment, you can either give them diamond paintings, or they can just do it out of the kindness of their heart. I don't know. I mean, it's a way to make sure that that the kits are getting completed. I mean, because most of us have enough kits that we'll never complete them in our lifetime. So why not see if there's somebody out there that's willing to help you, and maybe you can slide them a DAC or a Craftably or a DIY Moon Shop or something. I think that's a pretty good idea. What do you guys think? Would you let someone else complete a kit for you if you just didn't have, like, if you started a kit and you weren't exactly over the moon excited about it, but you want it finished? Write that down in the comments, because Lord knows I will. And right now I have 2 people that test for me, or not test, but that complete my kits for me. And I can't tell you what a relief it is to not have to feel like I need to rush through a kit so I can get to the next kit. Oh, FedEx. Hello, was I expecting anything FedEx today? Oh, also, with the money that I had saved up, before I bought my Addy machine, I was able to get Orion the one and only thing he really asked for his birthday besides Robux. I was able to get him the gamer chair. I'm super excited for it because he doesn't realize that he's getting it. Like, he's legit in the dark. And yesterday he was playing something on his computer and fell out of his chair, because his chair that he currently has is an office chair and it doesn't have arms to it. So he fell out of the chair yesterday laughing at something he saw online. And I'm like, dude, you don't know how to sit up now? I got to teach you how to use furniture in that way too? And he's like, Mom, if I had a gamer chair, I wouldn't fall out of my chair. And I'm like, I think you just need to learn how to sit in a chair first before you start, like, you know, thinking that you need a whole gamer chair. Now, the original plan was to just give him mine and then I get the new one. But I kind of am partial to my chair and I don't want to give it up. So I was like, forget that. I'll buy you your own gamer chair. Luckily, it was on sale for like $100. And so I was like, 'tis the season for gamer chairs, apparently. So I went ahead and purchased his gamer chair. So he should have his gamer chair for his birthday. And I'm hoping it'll get here before his birthday because, like I said earlier, it's getting warm outside. And that usually means snow. And according to the forecast, we're supposed to be getting some snow on Thursday. But I don't think it's going to be enough to do anything. I think it's going to be one of those things where it spits around all day and just is annoying as piss. And then it's going to be like, that's your snow for the day. And go figure, because it's getting so warm, and when I say warm, I don't mean like it's like 60, 70 degrees. Nay. When I say warm, I'm talking about it's in the 40s, which again is very odd for us for this time of year. So, yeah, y'all pray for Miss Coffee, because I swear the way I'm about to freeze to death over here, I swear. I thought I felt one up. All right, there we go. All right. I'm also super excited because I got a letter in the mail from Minna's great aunt. This was her pappy's sister. And every year she sends me a card and tells me how her and her kitties are doing. She runs like a kitty rescue. And she'll tell me how the kitties are doing, and she'll send pictures for Orion, because you guys already know Miss Orion is obsessed with kitties. And then she'll send us a check and be like, you know, this is for everybody's birthday. And I'm like, thank you. We really appreciate it. I need to get her some pictures of the stuff out here, because she's always wanted to come out this way, but the weather and her joints and stuff it's not a good mix. This isn't exactly the place to grow old, if you know what I mean, because the way your hips would be snapping and cracking and popping, you would think you're back in the 80s popping and locking, because that's all that would be happening to your joints. So I was like, you know, I really need to get out and get her some more pictures. Right now we're planning for a trip to Pennsylvania this summer. One, to go grab Minna, or at least go visit Minna. I'm not sure if Minna's going to be able to come with us, just because Minna does have a life, and we have to be respectful of the fact that she has a life. And no matter how much we would like for her to come visit and stay here for a while, we can't just uproot her from life and expect her to come here. So we're going to, at least if nothing else, we're going to visit with her for a few days. Which, of course, if we do that, I will be gone for a few days off of social media. No worries. When I get back, I'll catch you guys all up on all the tea and all the fun stuff. I'm really hoping that we can make enough money to fly out. I need to price out tickets, and then we're going to try to save up as much as possible with Mr. Coffee getting his raise We're hoping that we'll be able to do it. We're not 100% sure like how much he'll be making every 2 weeks. We won't find out until next week when his paycheck comes in. But we're hoping it's enough of an amount that we can start saving up a little bit extra here and there so that we can go ahead and go take the trip to go see her, because we haven't seen her now in 2 years. And it's killing mommy. Mommy needs her baby. Mommy needs to see her child. So I told Mr. Coffee, you know, we need to, come hell or high water, we need to make sure that we get out at least to go visit. Not only that, there is a Twitch streamer that I really enjoy. His name is Josh Uwu. And he does tattooing. And I'm like, what's that? A chance for another tattoo? Let's go. So possibly I might be able to even get up there to get a tattoo done. So what I've decided that I'm going to do is I'm going to save up all my Twitch and YouTube monies. And instead of spending it in, like, you know, on frivolous things that I don't need, like more craft supplies, I'm going to try to save it for the trip so that I can get the tattoo I want. I want the tattoo on my hip. And I'm pretty sure he'll live stream it. And if he does, of course, I'll let you guys know so you guys can watch Miss Coffee go through it. Crap, where did I put that letter T? I just found one that was missing. Now, where did it go? There it is. Maybe. There we go. We're just going to slam that down in there. All right, so we got another section done. Let's go. And this was rolled up back in its box. So if you're wondering how to store kits if you're not working on them immediately, put them back in their box. Roll them diamonds out and put them back in their box and they should be fine. So we're going to move this on up like George and Wheezy. I'm going to take that one off. And these release papers, of course, come from Crafts with Crashly, which I need to get a hold of Crashly because she keeps trying to get... We keep playing phone tag. Like, I hate this. We keep playing phone tag because Crashly and I both have children. So we're both at the mercy of our children. And at the end of the day, the last thing I want to do is check messages. Mostly because I know it means I'm going to have to look up or do things. And I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I want to rest. So I need to get a hold of her. And I need to get some more black. Where are my black squares? Because I had some tumblers that she wanted to purchase that I can't use because they weren't cured properly. And because of the way she does hers, oh crap, I just realized I didn't send all the drills for that one kit. Crap, I'll have to send those out. But because she does tumblers the way she does them, she can still use them. So I told her I would sell her the tumblers. The problem is she keeps messaging me and then I'll message her and then she'll message me and then I'll message her and then it'll stop for a few days and it just keeps going back and forth. Okay, hold on a second. Alright, sorry about that. I lost my bag of 310. Okay, can I open these? Maybe? Who did I send that kit to? Now I gotta figure out who I sent that kit to so I can send them those drills. Let's fill this back up. Really? Go away. So yeah. So things have been pretty normal at the coffee house, which has been nice. You can't see what I'm doing. Come over this way. There you go. Now you can see what I'm doing. But things have been pretty normal here at the coffee house, which is a nice break from the usual chaos that we have. We did get Maggie to... I had to have Maggie go through her clothes in her room. Now, this was one of the other fussing matches that me and Mr. Coffee had, because I was like, dude, do you even live here? And he's like, what do you mean? Now, this has happened 3 times. And we all know kids aren't the most observant creatures on this planet. So last week, Maggie went to go try to put on pants, right? But the pants were so small, where they fit around her waist because she's still really tiny. They were so high water that you would have thought the flood was coming to her knees. Like, I looked at her and I was like thinking for a second, I was like, hold up, wait, why is she putting on shorts? And then I realized that they weren't shorts, they were capris. And then I realized they weren't capris, they were actually pants. And I'm like, Tootsie, what the hell? Now, we just bought them a bunch of clothes, and I couldn't figure out why she kept trying to wear all these clothes that didn't fit. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? And so I was like, I'm going to need you to go, oh, oops. Went a little too strong on that one. I'm like, I'm going to need you to go and put on pants that actually fit. And she's like, I can't find my pants. And I'm like, well, maybe if you cleaned your room, you could find your pants. Now, this is one of those cases where I ate my words, because she could have cleaned her room all day and still not have found those pants. Why? Because when Mr. Coffee did laundry, Mr. Coffee mixed up their clothes. And because the kids have some of the similar clothes, like their sweatpants, like they have an Old Navy shirt that they both have. And because of this, Mr. Coffee has mixed up their clothes a few times. Now, it's kind of annoying because then I have to play scavenger hunt to figure out where the hell her clothes got off to. And after looking through her room and fussing at her, we then decide, okay, we should probably go check Orion's room. Check Orion's room, and sure enough, he has already put the clothes away in his dresser. He wasn't paying attention when he put his clothes away, and he just put them all away. And so this is, like I said, this is the third time he's done it. So I was fussing, because this was the other reason why I was fussing, is because I was like, do you even live here? Why are you mixing the kids' clothes up? Like, I don't understand. And he was like, I didn't do it. I'm like, you had to have, because you were the only one that did laundry last week. And we found the pants, but because she keeps trying to wear clothes that don't fit, I was like, well, we need to get all the clothes out of here that don't fit. I'm like, we're just going to toss. And with Maggie's clothes, there's no such thing as gently used. So we end up just tossing all of her clothes, because if they're not covered in some kind of craft supply, like a marker or pencil or paint, then they have holes in them somewhere. I can tell you that for sure, because Maggie's not exactly what you would call a gentle child with her clothes. She very much is a feral child. So with that said, because she's so feral, her clothes are never like, oh, we can donate these to children, who are less fortunate or whatever. No, it's very much, okay, you're finished with these pairs of jeans because they're so holy now that they're not even jeans anymore. All right, bet. Anybody else have a child like this? Like, I don't feel like I'm alone in this, but I kind of feel like I'm alone in this. That makes absolutely no sense, but if you're a parent, you know what I mean. Like, I can't get this girl to keep nothing, like, in a decent order. Like, right now, her jacket is covered in marker, and I'm like, I don't want to buy you a new jacket for cosmetic reasons when the jacket you currently have works perfectly fine. So she's totally rocking a jacket right now that's covered in markers. And at this point, people are starting to think that that's just what the jacket looks like, because she hasn't came to school with a new jacket. And I'm like, well, you're going to school, and school's not a fashion show, so I think you'll be all right. So, yeah. But Mr. Coffee, like I said, he's not salty anymore. He apologized because, I was really upset about this because it makes more work for me. And though I'm a stay-at-home mom, the M in mom does not stand for maid. And I shouldn't be having to clean up after a bunch of people who are very able and capable of cleaning up after themselves. And I had enough, so that's another reason why we were cleaning this weekend. And part of the reason why I don't have nails on now is because I got to go finish scrubbing the floor in the kitchen. That's another thing that I wanted to do, because of course I try to get the house I try to keep the house smelling and looking good. And like I said earlier, I got one of the best compliments I've gotten since we moved here. A lady that gives my Walmart deliveries was delivering groceries, and she came up to the door, and I guess she got a whiff of the house. And I always wonder what my house smells like, because you know how when you walk in people's houses and sometimes they don't smell the best, and you're just like, oh God. I wonder what my house smells like, just because we have the ferrets. And I don't feel nose blind to them, but I'm pretty sure that, we're all nose blind to them. And so if you know, somebody's going to say something, it's going to be somebody that lives outside of the home. So when the lady comes up to the door, she's like, ooh, it smells good in there. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Me sitting there like, let's go, Scentsy. Let's go. Which, by the way, for those who keep ordering Scentsy from me, I appreciate y'all. The fact that y'all aren't able to get samples and stuff like a normal Scentsy consultant. And if you ever want a normal Scentsy consultant that does do samples, let me know. And I will definitely give you the other consultant's name, since she would have more time to do samples and stuff. I just don't have time for samples. Like, it's not even that I don't want to do them. It's I literally don't have time. So there's that. Also, I got to call maintenance, and I thought that was them calling just now, and it wasn't. But I got to call the maintenance people because Orion, we all have ceiling fans in our room, right? And Orion's ceiling fan will randomly stop. Like, it'll just stop working, and there's, like, tension on it. Like, it wants to turn, but it's stuck. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with this fan? To the point where my poor baby has to sleep without a shirt on because it's so warm in his room. And I'm like, dude, open up the freaking door and you'll be fine. He doesn't like sleeping with his door open. So I was like, all right, whatever. We'll figure out what's going on with your fan. Well, it stopped doing it for a while and then started doing it again. And I'm like, what the hell? But now it's not doing it, but now it's making a weird squeak whenever, like there's a bolt or something loose. And I'm like, well, that doesn't sound good. I feel like he's going to be playing VR one day and the whole freaking fan's just going to fall on his head or something. So I'm waiting for maintenance to get back to me as to when they can come take a look at it. Because, of course, they're going to move slow as molasses right now because of it being towards the middle of the month so much, not towards the end of the month where, you know, rent is due. Also, if you were on my Twitch stream, I did pay my rent, by the way. I had forgotten to pay it because when the new month comes, it didn't feel like a new month. But I don't think my rent place wants to be like, we don't care what it feels like. What we want you to feel is you giving us your rent. So I did pay my rent. I'm actually moving pretty quick on this kit. I'm pretty excited. I'll move my coffee cup over so I can push this over to the side so you guys can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. I made my coffee a little bit stronger today. I feel like it's going to be one of those days where I need it to be a little bit more stronger. You ever have one of those days where you're just like, I know this today is going to be a tough day. The sad part is I don't have a whole lot to do today. I won't and don't do unboxings without nails on. So those unboxings that I have for this week won't be done. Two, also, thank you to everyone who watched the Brooklyn Kaiju Artist Highlight. He was so excited, one, to open up his new shop, and two, to have the artist highlight because he wasn't expecting it. So to those folks who watched it or bought something from his shop, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Brooklyn has been such a good friend for me. He's taught me a lot, and we're currently dealing with a situation over on Twitch right now, and he's been like helping guide me through the situation so I don't overreact, which is nice. And I want to start applying some of these things to like my everyday life, because I think my family would be happier if I didn't like overly react to things and then have to apologize all the time. Like, I'm pretty sure like my kids are going to grow up and be like, my mom was crazy, but she always apologized for being crazy. And I don't want to be that mom. So like, it's nice when you have people around you that can help show you how to essentially be an adult. I'm going to put that down there. But I'm super excited because we have our glasses coming in, which means I'll have my prescription sunglasses back again, because the way I've been getting headaches without my glasses, Orion's getting new glasses, which means that he won't have to wear the glasses. Orion's doing some old school, like, ghetto stuff right now with his glasses. I had to tape the corner of them because we were sitting in the car a few weeks ago, and I like messing with the kids when we're in the car, so I like stuck my finger down in his glasses and poked him in the eye. Just because I'm a mom and I'm weird and I do things. Don't judge me, judge your mama. Anyways, so I poked him in the eye. He took the glasses off and he was like rubbing his eye. He's like, Mom. And I'm like, I'm just making sure you're still awake. And he's like, I'm talking to you. Like he was literally talking to me, and I just randomly poked him in the eye. And next thing I know, he's sitting there in the seat while Maggie's checking the mail. Because on our way home from picking them up, I'll go check the mail. Some days. If I know there's nothing in there, then I ain't checking it. It's too cold to be getting out of the car. So, that color didn't belong in there. So, he's sitting in the chair, in the passenger side of the car. Sorry, my brain. He's sitting in the passenger side of the car, and I see him over there messing with his glasses. And I'm thinking, well, I didn't touch his glasses. That's the reason why I went in and like down instead of like touching his glasses, because he hates when you touch his glasses and he gets a fingerprint on them. So I just kind of like poked him in the eye, and I didn't do it hard or anything, so don't worry, he's fine. But when I did that, he took the glasses off and started doing this with them, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Well, here he ends up snapping the arm off the glasses, and I'm like, mother chicken, do you know how expensive those glasses were? I don't know how expensive those glasses were because the insurance paid for them. So the insurance that Mr. Coffee has will pay for one pair of glasses or contacts. And as much as I love contacts, I didn't want to wear I think I'm getting to the age where I'm like, I don't feel like poking myself in the eye every day anymore. So I opted to get glasses again this year. And Orion is excited because, again, he's broken both pairs of his glasses. The black pair that he has, he actually broke, well, he didn't break them, but the nose piece, like that little plastic nose piece broke off, so it's just a metal sitting there. And of course, if you wear glasses and you've broken that nose piece, one, most eyeglass places can fix that in less than 5 minutes. Two, a lot of the times they'll do it for free. So if you have glasses that they're missing the nose piece, try going to your local like eyeglass shop and asking them if they can replace the nose piece for you. And 9 times out of 10, it should be free, because it literally only takes them 5 seconds. And it's funny because Mr. Coffee was having the same issue with his, like his was loose. And they were like, well, would you like the same, like, would you like us to fix these, or would you like us to replace the nose piece with silicone? Because I don't remember what he had, but it wasn't silicone, I guess. And so he was like, yeah, if y'all can replace it with silicone, that'd be great. So they did. It literally took them as long as it took us to ring out our order for our glasses. They had already had them done, and he had them back on his face. So I was like, okay. Now, the glasses are usually under a 1-year warranty. And the guy was like, even for, you know, even if you didn't have insurance, because this is, you know, something that's so minuscule and small, we'll usually just do it for free anyways. Unless it's something that becomes a habit, and then, of course, they will charge you. So, like, now I can take Orion's, because his prescription didn't change, I can take those glasses up there when we go pick up the new ones and have them fix the nose piece of it. So he has 3 pairs of glasses this time instead of just 1. So my mission this week is essentially to record, like I was supposed to have a time lapse going up this week, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to do another artist highlight with an adult coloring book. So I almost doxed myself getting this coloring book. So you guys will probably see that on Thursday. Next week, you guys are going to get some Centro videos or some Addy Machine videos, because when that Addy Machine comes in, we're getting to work. Now, just because my machine is going to be different doesn't mean you can't do the exact same thing on if you have a Centro machine, because I know a lot of you, after my video, got Centro machines. But if I'm using an Addy machine, you can do the exact same thing on the Centro. I just really wanted to get an Addy machine because I've wanted one since I first saw them. And so I now am able to get one, so I just went ahead and got one. Plus, I use it more often than not. Especially, like, perfect example, Maggie can't keep up with hats, so I make her new hats on the machine because it only takes me a few minutes. And I want to learn how to make gloves. I want to make, like, the scarves or the hoodie scarves where, like, it has the hood and a scarf combo. I want to learn how to do so many things on that Centro machine, and because I don't really have any diamond painting tutorials or anything like that for you, there are 2 other companies that I'm supposed to be checking out. One of the companies I'm worried about, though, because I didn't see any designs that I really liked. Like, nothing was like, oh, this is worth spending $60, $70 on. So I'm not sure about the one company. I'm going to try to just get something, and maybe I'll do like a giveaway with it. but I don't want to, then this was the conundrum that I was in. I didn't want to buy stuff to just do a giveaway with. I also don't think I'm going to complete it, so I'm just like, what's the point? So if nothing else, I'll be making sure that I'm diamond painting at least try to keep diamond painting in the whipping chats. But you might get videos of the variety sort of like crocheting and stuff like that. And if there's a particular video in mind that you would like to see, feel free to recommend it in the comments of the video. Because like I said, there's really nothing else that I can show you guys about diamond painting. Like, diamond painting isn't rocket science. You're putting the drill on the corresponding symbol. And more than likely, I don't need to update any of my videos. And I thought about going through and updating all of them, but I literally would have 2 videos of the exact same thing. And that makes absolutely no sense, isn't it? And it is a big waste of time going back and just remaking all my videos. Now, if anything did change, of course, I would update them, but nothing's really changed in the diamond painting world, so it's kind of hard to do diamond painting videos when you've been on YouTube for 5 years and you've done all the tutorials that you could possibly think of. You've shown all the major companies that you can think of that use licensed artwork, and a lot of companies are turning to licensed artwork now because they're realizing that a lot of us creatives are only showing licensed artwork. Crap. I hate when I go to push a drill and it pushes all the drills. What the hell? And it's funny because I was talking to a lady. She's a lady that sells those pens with the wax in them. I was talking to her the day I got the news that my grandmother passed away. Like, literally, I was talking to her. My dad calls to tell me my grandmother passed away. And I was like, okay, we're going to have to continue this conversation later. I just got word that my grandmother passed away. And, you know, of course, she gave her condolences. And I haven't spoken to her since. She messaged me the other day and she's like, I hope everything's going well. I'm like, oh, snap. I completely forgot about this lady. Hey. You ever been in the middle of a conversation with somebody and you had to stop abruptly for something, and then when you go back to it, you're like, oh shit, I forgot about you. Hey, how's it going? Sorry I kept you on hold for a year. Life got super busy. No, it didn't. I forgot. And then you're just like, yeah, let's do that thing we talked about. What would we talking about? You got to go through your message to remember what the hell y'all were talking about, because I had no clue what the hell we were talking about. So, yeah. So, again, if you have any recommendations for videos, and I don't typically ask you guys, I usually just give you guys whatever video comes to my head. And I try to have at least 3 videos up a week. But if there's any videos that you guys would like for me to do, please recommend them down in the comment section of this video. Do keep in mind that I've done a lot of videos in the last couple of years. So if you're looking for tutorials, please check the only tutorial that I haven't done is converting skin tone. And the reason I haven't done that one is because when I tried to record that video, I kept messing up. You guys have to remember, I don't see hues of colors very well. And so trying to find like corresponding colors and everything was really, really difficult. And I don't know if it's something that I'll be able to do. But if it's anything besides like color conversion, let me know. And I will do my best to get up a video about it. But I figured I might want to ask you guys at some point what kind of videos you would like to see. I know a lot of you don't care as long as I'm just still putting up videos. Some of you do care and you want, you know, a particular video. If you do, just write down whatever video that might be. And if I've already done it, I'll let you know, hey, I've already done it. If you need a link, just say, have you done this? And if you have, do you have a link to it? And I will gladly get you a link to whatever video that is. Because at this point, I'm running out of ideas. And I'm just like, all you're getting now is sneak peeks and whipping chats. And if you're happy with that, just be like, I'm happy with what I got. I mean, like I said before, I'm pretty sure my time to shine on YouTube is over. I've been here for so long. There are lots of other creatives here on YouTube that you can watch that are doing big and better things. And I know a lot of you are here for the stories, and a lot of you are ride or dies, and I appreciate each and every one of you that have stuck around for any amount of time on my channel, because it's been a cluster over the last few months, or even the last few years, just trying to figure out what to put up content-wise. So I appreciate you all for being here and sticking it out with me. So I want to make sure that I'm actually also putting up videos that you guys would like to see. So if there is something that you would like to see, that I haven't done yet, please, please, please feel free to recommend it down in the comments. But I should get going because there's other things that I need to get done today. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful day when you're seeing this. And if you aren't, try to do something nice for yourself because you know you deserve it. With that said, folks, I am going to have to get out of here. It's been nice spending time and chilling with you today. I hope you enjoyed yourself and got a lot of work done. I know I did. I got a good portion of this done, and we got that section over there done. So this is what we're looking at right now. Let me move this out the way. So we got about a quarter of the bottom of this diamond painting done. And it's looking real good. It's looking real good. So with that said, gotta go. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. And until next time, please remember to stay safe. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face in public. That's gross. Keep your 6 feet and always try to remember to be kind to others because you never know what somebody else is going through. Be courteous because it's the right thing to do. And always stay cool. Bye, guys.